Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
It sure is. Welcome. Great to have you with us. God, can you believe it? It's December 1st already?
I know. I can't.
December 1st. My gosh. Which means it's time for...
Oh, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
Gets you in the mood. Classic.
Yep. Christmas time. There it is. The classic Christmas song of all classic Christmas songs.
You nailed it, sir. You got it.
I feel like you think it isn't.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird. But go ahead and feel that way. I mean, I'm not here to challenge your feelings.
Okay. Thank you. 'Cause...
all right. Let's start out with a fun Friday. AI version of Joe Biden.
Oh, boy.
Set to a montage of memorable moments. This is a day in the life of the 81-year-old dude.
Oh, awesome.
Day in the life of an 80-year-old dude working in Washington, D.C. I started the day with a quick bike ride.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, golly.
Then I went to see all these guys in funny hats. And I grabbed a bite for lunch. Then went to work and pretty much just zoned out for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go. That's
wow.
I don't know which.
I mean,
is
that's a
worse,
good
though.
recap.
AI or Joe?
Was it? Was it AI?
I don't think so.
What?
Those were all real clips.
No, the
Yeah, they were
video
clips.
was real, but what he was saying, it wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't even think it was edited together. I think it was just AI, and then they took the video clip. Never mind.
Never mind.
Just anyway.
Anyway, let's get to dong chopping.
Oh no.
Because that's apparently what he's been doing in the Himalayas.
Oh my goodness.
I've said this, and I said this to Deng Xiaoping in the Himalayas, and I've said this to every world leader.
Who? I'm sorry, who?
Never
what?
been a good bet to bet against the American people. Never.
I love it when he gets excited about it.
Relax.
Never.
So angry.
Never a good idea. Never.
Okay. Was he going for Xi Jinping there? Do we know for sure?
Yeah, yes, I think that's what he's trying to get.
So he inadvertently freshened up his tired story.
Yeah, he did.
But we don't know who he's talking
about.
It's
the same story that he tells all the time. He just doesn't know the guy's name now. That's unreal. Yeah. Come on.
I saw some things online that talked about he might have meant the actual Deng Xiaoping.
Yeah.
There's
Deng
Xiaoping. There's a picture of Deng Xiaoping with Jimmy Carter.
Well, that's not okay. Okay, so from
you got
from
him.
1978.
Way to ride to the rescue, Joe Biden.
I mean, the guy makes.
What?
I've said this, and I said this to Deng Xiaoping and the Himalayas, and I've said this to every world leader.
Maybe somebody actually got a hold of his teleprompter.
Never been a good bet to bet against the American people. Never.
Look at that angry face.
I know,
bro. So, do you think somebody
worst.
might have gotten into the teleprompter and actually put Deng Xiaoping?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Okay.
No.
I mean, the guy makes one mistake.
One mistake per minute. Maybe.
What was his thing with the Angola leader? That was yesterday also, right? I saw that out there.
Yeah, they were in the...
I thought he was going to attack the guy. The way he scoots up in his chair. Watch this clip 30, I think it is. Yeah.
All right.
And we look forward to discussing the bilateral issues that concern our two countries.
Africa, 1 billion people. Critically important how it functions for the whole world.
África é continente de 1 bilhão de pessoas e é de importância crítica para o mundo inteiro.
And no country more important than Angola.
E em África nenhum país.
Don't square up on me like that, man.
No doubt.
I'm going to punch you in the face. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And let's not lose sight of the fact
No country
that,
more important than Angola.
said.
That's what we've always said.
We said forever.
Punching above their weight, probably.
We've said that forever. No country more important than Angola.
Yeah.
I remember James Madison saying that back in 1807.
I thought that sounded familiar.
James wasn't talking about the billion people.
No.
On the
well, they
continent
weren't,
at
but
the
it was
time.
still damn important at the time. There's never been a country more important than Angola.
That's... I didn't realize that till yesterday.
Talking about? Oh, man. I mean, he's an embarrassment.
I honestly don't know what minerals Angola has, but I'm sure we want it. So.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I think you just called it. There's some Hunter
absolutely
Biden family connection there.
Mm-hmm.
Most important country is Angola.
Mm-hmm. Some rare mineral.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got to find out now.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll find out what's going on there.
And China's probably already there. We're trying to make the inroads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're trying to block.
You
them
look
right
up what
now.
they've got. I'll look up Angola-China relations.
Pathetic. It's just crazy, man.
Oh yeah, they've been in bed with each other since before Angola was a country.
China and Angola.
Yeah, precedes old Madison there.
One of the most mineral resource-rich countries in the world. Diamonds, gold.
That's what I
iron
said.
ore.
No country more important than Angola. That was my point. Okay. Never think. Never. Okay, you got it?
I do.
All right,
I
good.
do.
Gosh, China's been giving them money for decades.
Wow.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So he's just in town to get some American money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we'll give it to him. So that's good.
Well, there's
that's
no
a good thing.
country more important.
No, than Angola.
We'll give it to him.
And what was the deal? 1 billion people in Angola.
He said that before too. He makes a big deal about that. I'm not sure.
Well, he does. He made
Not
it
sure
sound
why
like it just happened.
That's a thing.
Remember, and we looked it up, and it was like 20 years ago that it happened. It's like, all right, maybe you need to update your World Book Encyclopedia collection on the shelf, old man.
Right.
Whew.
Yeah.
Because before he's tried
and he made it sound like it was a bad thing.
And he also made it sound at one point that it was just one country.
Right.
At one point had the billion, not the continent.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just because, he's him.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Africa is not a country.
No, it is not. It is not a country.
It's like saying North America is a nice country. It's not a country. Asia, not a country.
Yep.
So, all right. Now we got a day in the life of Donald Trump's scheduler, courtesy of The Daily Show.
It's very rare that they produce something funny.
They actually did something funny here?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
haven't
See
seen
what
this
you
yet.
guys think.
So,
Yeah.
good. All right. Let's see it.
I have a color-coded system that falls apart every 10 minutes, but red is for state court prep, blue is for federal court cases, yellow is New York City court cases, purple is for time he spends with his kids, but I also use it for fraud charge cases because they basically overlap. Then each morning I input a daily schedule into a common electoral monthly calendar from the 90s, so President Trump actually reads it. Please don't ask me about the ketchup stains. Oh, yeah, sure. We can put a deposition on the books. But could you just please remind me, what day comes between Tuesday and Wednesday? Oh, really? Well, then I guess we'll have to invent one to fit it in, won't we, you f***ing ass? I've kept schedules for CEOs, titans of industry, that Nexium guy. It's never been a problem, no matter how much they get sued or how many secret families they have. But this is like nothing I've done before. Sometimes I have to get creative about scheduling two things at once. Like one time Mr. Trump had a round of golf that he refused to cancel, but he also had to bury his ex-wife Ivana. So I figured out how to have him at both places at once.
There are reports that Ivana will be buried in New Jersey on the grounds of the Trump National Golf Course in Bedminster.
I want a golden calendar for that. It's my profession's top award. As you can see, sometimes I have to schedule it down to the minute. When he's going for the court case, bathroom breaks, when he comes out, when he stands outside and goes on a rant about how the stenographer is rigging a case, or that the clerk really wants to bone him or something. I haven't left this building in 6 months. I pretty much live on Logan Paul's energy drink and Don Jr.'s leftover Coke. I think I have kids. Do I have kids? I don't remember. But I dream about the day when there's nothing left to schedule. I did it. I scheduled it all.
A former President Trump now has another court date. I'm Doug Luzader in Washington. We'll have more.
It's funny.
I've actually thought about who is putting together his schedule. And so when I saw that come across, I thought that was perfect.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But Don Jr.'s cocaine, he wouldn't touch the Biden situation. They don't mention that.
Right.
And here's a guy who was doing coke on video off a hooker's stomach.
And then left his stash in the White House.
Yeah. But it's Don Jr. with the coke problem we're going to talk about.
And
that pisses me off.
I know. And on top of that, they can. If you look at all the stuff that's going on with Donald Trump, let's go ahead and take a look at the Joe Biden schedule.
Yeah,
shall we?
Right. A nap get out of bed at 9.
Get to
diaper change.
Okay, diaper change.
Yeah, get to the bank to deposit the check from China.
Into bed by 9:30. We're putting a lid on the day at 9:30. I mean, that's happened.
He always asks for more pudding at 10.
Yeah. Oh, man. Did you see where Chris Cuomo's apparently open to voting for Donald Trump?
I did.
Did you see that?
I did.
Watch this.
I did. I don't know that I buy it.
If you get those two, though, are you going to sit it out? Or are you going to go...
Oh, if it's Biden, Trump, look, for me, again, we survived a Trump administration. Yeah. Would we survive another one? Yes. I don't think there's any greater risk to America with him than with Biden. And for people who are now going to attack me and say, what are you talking about? Trump is like this crazy man. Well, look. As Patrick says, the data is the data. Nobody was trying to kill us when Trump was president in a way that they're not now. If anything, there's more hostility. And you can have reasons for that any way you want. I'm just saying, existentially, I'm not afraid of a Trump presidency. Existentially, I'm not afraid of another Biden presidency because, unlike many people in America, I believe that the country is much stronger than any individual leader. We survived the Russia thing. We survived January 6th. We survived having Biden as a gaffe machine. We survived Congress going after each other and doing nothing for the rest of us. We survive these things.
Yeah.
Are we better for it? No. Should we be doing things differently? Yes. I think it happens. I don't know when. I don't even know why. But, in terms of who I'm going to vote for, I would really have to see where we are at that moment in time. And
so you're open to a Trump vote?
I am always open. And I'll tell you this. People say, you've never voted for a Republican in your life. Wrong. And not only have I, the first vote I ever cast was for a Republican.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Who was it?
Joe Wakopowicz, the county commissioner in his hometown.
It's because the two Republicans were on the ballot, and that was it.
That is a different Chris Cuomo than last we saw. That's a different Chris Cuomo. Come on. You're away from CNN now for, 2 years? How long's it been since he got fired?
At least a couple
2-3 years. Yeah. And he's detoxed.
Yeah. The wife's got
That's amazing.
Yeah, now
that's amazing.
He's on News Nation, right? That's the network that's doing the debate next week. I wonder if he's a part of that. Maybe that's why he's not.
I think it's all women. I think it's all women.
Oh, that's representative of the country?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all women who run the country, right?
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I believe the country is stronger than one man.
Yeah, I believe that too.
But the problem is we've had a number of one mans in charge, putting other people in charge of a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, you can only take so many body blows before you're down for the count.
I just
anyway, it's been a good run, right?
Yeah.
Has it though?
Yes. It has.
Okay.
I don't know. You tell us. You've lived through it all.
Nobody knows better than you.
Well,
You know,
there were a couple good years.
But speaking of Donald Trump, he apparently got the endorsement of a co-founder of BLM.
This is strange. Yeah.
I mean, there's some weird things going on. First of all, Chris Cuomo is open to voting for him. Then he gets the endorsement of the co-founder of BLM. So
and he's
Trump,
happy for it.
Yeah, I don't know, but BLM has disavowed this now.
Have they?
Because this guy, they're saying, was acting on his own, and I'm there's some confusion as to who he is.
Well, on Truth Social, he truthed this out.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoke with Mark Fisher yesterday, a great guy.
No relation.
Very honored to have his and BLM support. I have done more for black people than any other president. Lincoln?
Question mark.
Question mark. Lincoln? Including 10-year funding for historically black colleges and universities where they had none, opportunity zones, criminal justice reform, and much more. Thank you to Mark. Okay. So is Mark sticking with that? Has he endorsed him?
Yeah.
And just BLM isn't?
I'm not sure. I'm. Who cares? I mean, you're accepting.
I wouldn't want BLM.
Why would you accept?
I don't
even
know.
if you thought it was BLM.
I don't know.
Mark Fisher. What's the latest that we have on this Mark Fisher?
I wouldn't brag about it either.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's all for it.
Yeah, he is. Anybody who likes him, he likes.
Yes.
So, I mean, that is one of the characteristics of Donald Trump.
We knew
love
that.
him or hate him, that
all
is one of his characteristics. If you love him, he loves you back. If you don't like him, he hates your guts back. That's just the way it is. That's I mean, we've been through that.
Yes, we have.
Been through that.
Yes, we have.
Meanwhile, Ron DeSantis has released this ad going after Nikki Haley, asking if she's really a conservative. And the answer to that, of course, is no.
Eaten up.
But here it is. See for yourself.
You know, I often say that the reason I got into politics was because of Hillary Clinton.
I went with my friend Eleanor Kitzman to a Furman leadership program where Hillary Clinton was speaking. And I walked out of there and I said, I'm running for office.
For too long, Republican and Democrat presidents dealt with immigration based on a quota. We'll take X number this year, we'll take X number next year. The debate is on the number. It's the wrong way to look at it. We need to go to our industries and say, what do you need that you don't have?
We need as many immigrants as we can.
Pause it for a second. That's a little misleading.
It is.
Because what she's saying there is you go to business leaders and you say, who should we be bringing into the country? And then you allow people into the country based on that, right? You're talking about legal immigration there, as opposed to illegal immigration.
Correct.
And what we're doing right now is just allowing a flood of people that we don't know anything about, and they're just coming in and they're taking crappy jobs, and they're living a crappy life.
Or no jobs.
No jobs.
Just milking the system.
Right, exactly. And they're living on the floor in a precinct in Chicago or New York City. And so that's unacceptable. And I think that's what she's kind of saying. What she wants to do, though, is because we don't have enough people right now to fill all these jobs. That's just a fact. And so should we allow more people from certain places where they specialize in these things to come into the country?
Most people would say
is that
yes
outrageous?
to that. No,
I think so. I think that's okay. I mean, first of all, we should take care of the stinking border. That's thing one. Thing one is shut off the flood.
Please.
Fix the flood. It's not even a leak. It's an absolute flood.
And then is step two to bring in those workers you're talking about, or to get the people out who are here illegally?
Step two is get the people out who are here illegally. Yeah, take care of that. Then we'll go to the businesses. And, I mean, she's not doing it in that order.
Correct.
But it's a little bit misleading. Anyway, and I'm not even a fan. I don't even like Nikki Haley. Here's the rest.
It's a Ron DeSantis ad, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Need as many immigrants as we can.
Start to listen to your businesses and do what they need.
Years earlier, as South Carolina governor, Haley celebrated a deal that brought a business with ties to the Communist Chinese Party to her home state.
We want to thank Chairman Zong and everyone at the Jushi Group for allowing South Carolina to be the first location of your first U.S. manufacturing hub. We value partnership more than anything else, and we look forward to partnering with all of you.
In 2015, Haley ranked #1 among Republican governors in Chinese investment. Haley's administration oversaw $1.43 billion in Chinese investment in South Carolina,
When I was governor, they wanted to bring in a bathroom bill, a transgender bathroom bill, and I strong-armed and said, we are not going to have that in South Carolina.
What care should be on the table when a 12-year-old child in this country, assigned female at birth, says, actually, I feel more comfortable living as a boy? What should the law allow the response to be?
Well, I think the law should stay out of it.
Nikki Haley think we should be bringing in more refugees.
And America's always been sympathetic to the fact that you can separate civilians from terrorists. And that's what we have to do. I do not think we need to pull money from the UN. We don't believe in slash and burn. When I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts. A huge issue that I'll deal with as soon as I get there is social media. Every person on social media should be verified by their name.
We need to know exactly who they are, and they need to show their own name.
They need to verify every single person, and I want it by name.
Let's increase the gas tax by 10 cents over the next 3 years.
Let's not.
No one
No,
gets
it's
more
not.
forcefully or seemed angrier at America than former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Quote, tonight I turned on the news and I am heartbroken, Haley wrote. It's important to understand that the death of George Floyd was personal and painful for many. In order to heal, it needs to be personal and painful for everyone. But wait a second, you may be wondering, how am I, quote, personally responsible for the behavior of a Minneapolis police officer?
Huh. DeSantis for president.
For president.
That's an effective ad, I think. It shows some of the problems with Nikki Haley. And they didn't even go into the warmongering.
No.
They didn't even touch on warmongering, which is another huge issue for her.
And so, that was a DeSantis ad, who, speaking of, we've got several clips coming up later. Him and Gavin Newsom sparred last night with Sean Hannity.
Yes. They had the big gubernatorial debate.
Gosh darn it, I forgot about that.
Did you really?
Gosh darn it.
Wow, that's too bad.
I'm sorry.
What were you doing instead?
Because he's already in the bag for Biden. He doesn't care about any other candidate, possible.
That's right.
Any options.
What are you going to do?
When you've got the man already there.
Stick with the horse that's winning the race.
The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust, because if you're buying a home, selling a home, doing both because you're relocating, you need a really good realtor, somebody that's going to get you through the process, because it's super stressful and it's a big investment, probably the biggest you'll ever make, depending on where you live. Like if you live in California, you imagine buying just a small little house, like a 2,000 square foot home with a bedroom. What is that? $1.5 million?
At least $1.5 million.
It's got to be worse than that. I was just reading a story the other day. It's a sad story about someone broke into a house and killed a guy. Anyway, in the story, it mentioned that he lives in an $800,000 one bedroom little box.
Oh my gosh!
$800,000 for a one bedroom nothing.
Do you remember
property.
what city it was?
It was in LA.
Yeah. Unreal.
Man,
That's just unreal.
He should have gone to real estate agents.
Yeah,
I trust
right?
that.
Right? First of all, they'll tell you, you know what? You don't want to buy in California. You don't want to do that. Have you
Save
thought about
yourself.
Texas? Are you a conservative? Move to Texas. Glenn started this company years ago, like 10 years ago, I think now, because he dealt with all the hassles that attend buying and selling a home, and especially selling. You know, he sold his Connecticut home for $39.95. Did not work out well. It really didn't.
It's a little more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you thought he was going to get more.
I thought he was going to, but he didn't. He couldn't, because he had a bad realtor. You don't want that to happen to you. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Also, there's a clip going around from April of 2020 of Vivek Ramaswamy, where he's apparently calling for some sort of medical segregation.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Let's take a look at this.
Could we tolerate a national system in which certain people on the basis of a biomarker are...
Where'd our audio go there?
What happened?
Let's try to play that again.
Could we tolerate a national system in which certain people on the basis of a biomarker are segregated to say you can't go back to normal life, where certain people get a head start? Is that an inequity we would tolerate? I personally think that it is better than the status quo if we can send 10 or 20% of the people back on the basis of having immunity that's proven on the basis of a lab-based result that's now available, that's a good thing, and everyone stands to benefit from it.
What? Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Did you want to get back to normalcy, though?
Yeah.
So this is a quote here, also from him. Let's see.
That is weird.
It's not our company. I'm saying as a society, rolling out the antibody tests, such as. So he was saying, because there was no vaccine at the time. This is April 2020.
Right.
So I think what he was saying is that if you've had it, then you can come back, because if we can test your antibodies. Yeah.
Right.
So that's kind of the defense, but still, when you use the word segregation in whatever context in this country,
that's not good.
It's not good. Yeah. So
wow.
Anyhow, there you go.
That's some weird stuff. That's some weird stuff.
We could ask him about it if he had the guts to come on this show, but he doesn't.
He didn't, and now he doesn't have the chance. Now there's no opportunity.
Thank you.
We're all booked up.
Thank you.
From now until sometime after the election. I don't even know when, but I know we're booked
after
the entire
election,
time.
2034?
Yeah.
35, something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start telling that to potential guests.
Okay. Yeah, we're booked
for 11 years.
We might be able to squeeze some people in.
Actually, I have a couple of doctors who are like that.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll get you next year.
Oh, I know.
We'll see you in March.
I see a lot of specialists now because of the diabetes and whatnot. And sometimes it's like, we can see you on the 19th of February. What? Wait, what? Really?
Seriously.
I can put you on a list.
Serious?
I can put you on this list. If we get a cancellation, I can call and let
They
you know.
never call.
And they never do.
They absolutely never call.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are on this list? That's almost like saying, they tell that to everyone.
Yeah.
And so the list has probably got 700 people.
So now we know what it feels like because we're that booked up right now.
I know.
For
right.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
So let
It's
them
too
know
bad.
that if we have a cancellation,
yeah, if somebody
we'll
cancels,
think about it.
No, we won't. But we can tell him that if you want.
I don't want to tell him that, but that's fine.
I don't either. I don't want to make any bones about it. You had your chance. You lost it.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's over. Doesn't mean I wouldn't consider voting for him. It's possible.
Hey.
Although I think, especially after the medical segregation thing, the much less likely.
That's got to come up Wednesday.
I've narrowed it down to 2, I think. I've narrowed it down to 2.
So
Jeffy's not running. Sorry.
No, it's Jeffy's not one.
So Chris Christie, which is kind of me, but
and
not.
Nikki Haley. And Nikki Haley.
I don't want to call you out, but those two, right?
Yeah.
Doug Burgum-Mentum is off your list?
Burgum-Mentum is done.
Is he? Yeah, he's over, right? He's out?
I think
he's still in?
No,
Didn't he get out?
No, I read an article yesterday. It remains unclear if Doug Burgum has qualified for Wednesday night's debate.
Yeah, so he's out.
It remains unclear. Okay. Yeah, they're not going to allow him in there. Well, so what is that? 5 people are going to be in the debate, or is it 4 now?
Christie, Haley, DeSantis, Ramaswamy, and then there's a spot for Donald Trump if he would like to.
Yeah,
because what's his face
Tim
is
Scott's
out too.
gone.
Yeah.
So if they don't have Doug Burgum, I guess we're down to 4, which is not bad.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
Might actually get somebody to say something.
Yeah.
So that's Wednesday night for that debate, and of course, as we mentioned earlier last night, Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom had their little clash with Sean Hannity as a moderator.
Yeah.
Some interesting
play
clips
some of that
from that. Yeah, that's and honestly, I think that Ron DeSantis, not to bias the pool before we see the clips ourselves, you can see maybe why Donald Trump doesn't want to show up at these debates, because I thought Ron DeSantis did a heck of a job last night with Gavin Newsom.
It'd be easier to do it to Gavin Newsom though, than Donald Trump.
Yes, Gavin.
Gavin's got some glaring holes in his policies,
and he's
such
such a douche.
He lied
such a douche.
all through the thing.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he does. I mean, that's who he is.
I can't believe that Gavin Newsom would lie.
No, that's who he is.
We'll have to play some of that because that's hard to believe. Wow. Well, that's coming up, and there was still more from Congress yesterday.
Oh my gosh, it was
still more
wild,
fun from Congress.
Wild place.
We'll get into that as well. We got a Fat 5. Okay, so we've got 37 videos today. We've gone through what? 7 of them?
7 of them.
7. So we've only had 30
We've done
left.
more than
By the
7.
way,
Who's counting?
Pat doesn't know what the over/under is, y'all.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, let's get to the DeSantis Newsom debate last night.
This is fun.
It's kind of weird because 2 governors, one of them's not even running for president.
Is he not?
He claims.
He's not.
He claims.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, so far, he's not running for president. He's trying to be a good soldier for the Democrats, and he's trying to wait his turn, and he's trying to wait out this president.
I mean, they've got to hate Joe Biden so much.
Oh, he wants him to pull out so badly because this is his time, he thinks.
Yeah.
He thinks. But I don't know. He certainly didn't beat Ron DeSantis last night.
Oh, no way.
DeSantis hit Newsom on people leaving California. Cut 31.
Here's what I would say. I talked to a lot of the people that have moved from California to Florida, and we never used to get people from California to Florida or
That's
really
a
anywhere
fact.
in these, because why would you leave California? It's got the best weather, great natural forces. Excuse me, sir. But one of the things that I did, I was talking to a gentleman, a couple.
Guys, I'm going to let the debate breathe. But it's his turn. Let's take turns.
So I was talking to a fella who had made the move from California to Florida, and he was telling me that Florida is much better governed, safer, better budget, lower taxes, all this stuff. And he's really happy with the quality of life. And then he paused and he said, by the way, I'm Gavin Newsom's father-in-law. So we do count Gavin's in-laws as some of the people that have fled California and come to the state of Florida. And why are we getting people to come?
Oh, that's awesome.
We have a 50-year low in the crime rate. You don't see in the last 10 years, we've had a 45%
What do you have to
decline
say
in
to that,
homelessness.
Gavin?
California's had a 45% increase in homelessness. We back the blue. I was walking the streets of San Francisco a couple months ago, and I had some of the cops in San Francisco do a beeline to come over to me, and I didn't know what they were going to say. And they're like, we want to thank you for standing for law enforcement because we don't get that support in the state of California. So people understand quality of life matters. They understand that Florida's doing it right. And I can tell you the numbers speak for themselves. We have way more people moving to this state than leaving. Gavin can't say the opposite. More people are leaving California than are moving into California.
That's for sure. By the millions. I mean, I think in the last few years, it's something like 3 million. 3 million people have left California. That's huge. That's huge.
I don't know the number.
They've
I feel like it
lost
was more than that,
population for the first time ever.
Yeah.
First time in California's history
And
they've
that
lost population.
Translates to less loons serving in Congress as representatives, too.
Yeah, right.
I love the father-in-law.
Oh,
That's a
brilliant.
great.
What a great story.
Yes.
I mean, you're thinking, okay, some guy moved from California to Florida.
Yeah, I mean,
said it was better there. Okay, then it turns out it's his father-in-law.
That's awesome. Oh,
it's brilliant.
And by the way,
brilliant.
I'm Gavin Newsom's father-in-law.
I love that.
What do you got to say to that, douche?
Also, he wondered how you mess up California.
How do you?
When I was in the Navy, I got orders to go to Naval Amphibious Base Coronado in Southern California. And I was a lifelong Floridian, but I went there and I was like, man, this is one of the most beautiful places on earth. And I think California has more natural advantages than any state in the country. You almost have to try to mess California up. And yeah, that's what Gavin Newsom has done since he's been governor. He's the first governor to ever lose population. They actually, at one point, ran out of U-Hauls in the state of California because so many people were leaving. Of course, he's imposed restrictions on his own people while exempting himself from those restrictions and going to the French Laundry while his people were suffering. He led the country in school closures, locking kids out of school while he had his own kids in private school in person. Now, he's very good at spinning these tales. He's good at being slick and slippery. He'll tell a blizzard of lies to be able to try to mask the failures. But the reality is they have failed because of his leftist ideology. And the choice for America is this. What Biden and Harris and Newsom want to do is take the California model and do that nationally. In Florida, we showed that conservative principles work. This country must choose freedom over failure.
Nice.
Amen.
Wow. Freedom over failure. It's
a good one.
That's a nice line. I like that. And how do you argue with that? You have to lie to argue with that. Because And that's what we said leading up to the debate. What is Gavin Newsom going to say? What are you going to say? You've lost population. Your cities are a mess.
A mess.
Yeah.
You've got San Francisco, who's the biggest embarrassment in the country right now.
Right.
And has been for years.
Yeah, but okay. The next clip, though, Ron DeSantis kind of defends California because there are some freedoms that
are unique.
That are residents there.
Yeah.
Experience.
Okay, good. Good.
At one point, tried to say that California was the freedom state. And I just kind of laughed, like you're locking people down, you're doing all this. But then I thought about it. California does have freedoms that some people don't, that other states don't. You have the freedom to defecate in public in California. You have the freedom to pitch a tent on Sunset Boulevard. You have the freedom to create a homeless encampment under a freeway and even light it on fire. You have the freedom to have an open-air drug market and use drugs. You have the freedom, if you're an illegal alien, to get all these taxpayer benefits. So those are freedoms. They're not the freedoms our founding fathers envisioned, but they have contributed to the destruction of the quality of life in California, and the results speak for themselves. People are leaving the state because they have failed in addressing the homeless population.
It was a slaying last night.
Oh, yeah. And it had to be.
Yeah.
Because, again, how do you defend yourself unless you just stand there and lie? No, that's not true. What are you going to say about that? I mean, we've all seen that it's true. Yeah. We've all seen the evidence of this. And, I mean, Texas has seen the exodus from California and the entrance into Texas for years now, but especially over the last few years with Gavin Newsom. It's something like 1,500 to 3,000 people a day enter Texas.
Think of that.
Move to Texas from California.
And we love them all.
I don't know about all.
Love them all.
I don't know about all. If you're not trying to change Texas into California, then sure, yeah, we welcome you. Otherwise, no, thank you. Move to New York, where they've got, they're like-minded. Move to Illinois, where they're like-minded. But DeSantis also hit Newsom on abortion. Here's that.
You have allocated in your budget $265 million for abortion last year alone. My question, very specific. Do you support any restrictions at all on abortion, especially in months 7, 8, and 9, past viability?
I'm going to answer that question, but let's talk about the issue of abortion. Let's talk about the issue of abortion.
You're going to answer it?
I'm going to answer that question. Okay. I'll repeat that.
Answer
it. I think this is important, and it bears repeating. Ron DeSantis has signed the most extreme anti-abortion bills in America. He signed a bill banning any exceptions for rape and incest. And then he said it didn't go far enough and decided to sign a 6-week ban before women even know they're pregnant, Ron, before women can even access a doctor's appointment. So extreme is your ban that criminalizes women and criminalizes doctors that even Donald Trump said it was too extreme. On the issue of the extreme exception that you highlight as it relates to the issue of later term abortion, it's almost always because of a fetal anomaly, the life of the mother. And in those rare cases, I trust, and answer your question, I trust the mother and her doctor to make that decision.
So in other words, I want to be clear on this. If a woman and her doctor, for any reason...
Not for any reason.
No.
I'm asking... extremely rare.
Should there
this is a... I know where you guys are going, Sean. You're even uncomfortable with this whole issue. I watch your... This is where you guys have to go to cover for the extreme anti-abortion agenda of Ron DeSantis.
Should there be... Would you support a ban on abortion in 7th, 8th, or 9th month if the mother's life is not in jeopardy?
Extreme exception. People aren't going on and having abortion.
Should it be illegal then?
Unless something devastating has happened.
Should it be illegal?
It should be up to the mother and her doctor and her conscience.
Gosh.
And it
I'm so tired of that.
I've already answered it.
No, you haven't. Yeah, well, he did. He did. Yes, he supports it right up to birth. Right up to birth. So,
gross.
You talk about extreme. Can you get too extreme when you're talking about the life of a human baby? Can you be too extreme on that? I don't know. Either you believe it's life or you don't. Either you believe that you're taking a life when you abort the child or you don't. Which is it? Which is it? And if you believe it is life, it's pretty hard to say, yeah, you can get an abortion at 4 weeks, at 6 weeks, at 10 weeks. Pretty hard to say that. That's human life you're talking about. That's not just a clump of cells. That's not going to turn out to be broccoli or a Volkswagen growing in the woman. So, which is it? And for douchebags like Gavin Newsom, he won't commit to any restriction on abortion. None of them will. No Democrat in office right now that I know of, other than maybe Joe Manchin, maybe Kristen, what's her face? Sinema in Arizona, maybe they would say there should be a restriction or an exception. I don't know. Maybe not even them. There's no place in the Democrat Party for any restriction on abortion. There's no place for it.
Well, it's between the doctor and
right. That's their thing. It's between the mother and the doctor.
In extreme cases.
Jeez. So they want to talk about how extreme Ron DeSantis is, but they won't talk about the extreme things that they talk about all the time, such as the back alley abortions. How extreme is that? Who has a back alley abortion in the year 2023? And again, this is from a person whose grandmother had a back alley abortion.
So scary.
Although she didn't do it in a back alley. Okay, I think she did it at home.
Why are you calling it a black alley? I'm so sick.
I mean, it's not too soon to talk about it because it happened, I think, in the 1930s.
On the main streets? Was it one of those
on
alleys?
The main streets.
Wow.
Yeah, on one of the alleys in the main streets. Or, I don't know, in her bedroom or bathroom. I don't know. But
well, you just said it wasn't an alley.
It was not an alley.
Oh, my bad.
As far as I know, it wasn't an alley.
I was really invested in the story.
But you talk about how extreme the Republicans are. You never deal with their extremities.
No.
And he'll want to tell you, oh, it's just so rare. It should never happen. I don't care how rare it is. It shouldn't happen once. And if it saves one life, isn't that your mantra on gun control and everything else you oppose?
Sure is.
If it saves one human life, you should say, yeah, no partial birth abortion. Shouldn't happen. Should not happen. You can't even say that. It's amazing.
No, I mean, they claim we're losing lives because of the climate, and we're trying to change the world.
Right. Yeah. So, make no mistake, we are fighting a spiritual battle as we try to protect the most innocent among us, babies in the womb. And that's where Preborn comes in. They stand on the front lines of this battle, and their network of clinics are positioned in the highest abortion areas in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, where Gavin Newsom favors abortion right up to and including birth, and all over the country. Preborn offers God's love and life to protect hurting women and precious preborn babies. And what I love about them, too, is once the baby is born, once the woman decides that she's going to go ahead and have the child, then they help the mother for up to 2 years with the baby, with diapers and formula and support to get this baby taken care of and the mother. For just $28, you can sponsor an ultrasound that doubles the baby's chance at life. To donate securely, plus we've got a matching situation right now, so whatever you donate will be matched, and we're gonna save a lot more babies. Dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or preborn.com/Pat. That's preborn.com/Pat.
I don't know.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us.
Yeah, I was happy to see that on Twitter, New Scum is trending for Gavin Newsom. New Scum. So, anyway, yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they covered a wide range of issues last night.
Yeah,
I'm glad to finally hear, in one of these debates, COVID lockdowns. The biggest issue since the last election.
Oh, we need to move on.
Which is one of the reasons I'd love to hear Donald Trump's take on things.
I know. Well, we know what his take is.
Oh, tell us.
He's fine with it. I mean,
With the lockdowns? No, he blames DeSantis for screwing up Florida over lockdowns.
I'm just saying that he was, he will look. It was early. We didn't know about it, and we didn't know what we were doing, and well, that's where we were at.
I appreciate it. You just brought up DeSantis screwing up Florida. Locking down beaches, right? We talked about closing down the beaches, and we looked this up, and there was like 1 or 2 beaches that were closed for a week or 2, something like that. And I appreciated this tweet from Stephen Miller from his handle is @RedStees. There was literally a guy, because you're trying to compare Newsom and DeSantis on lockdown policies. There was literally a guy dressed in a Grim Reaper costume on Florida beaches because the state wasn't locked down.
We showed that.
Gavin Newsom had skate parks filled with sand. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. Right. Jeez. So anyway, here they are talking about lockdown damage.
That's very clear. One at a time. On a per capita age-adjusted basis, California and Florida basically the same. Now, why is that important? Because Gavin Newsom did huge damage to people in California. He ruined livelihoods. We reopened the state very quickly. We saved thousands of jobs. We saved hundreds of thousands of jobs, thousands of businesses. We had our kids in school. He had the kids locked out of school because of the teachers union. That is having a generational impact. California has one of the lowest literacy rates in the country. In the most recent NAEP exam, Florida came in number 3 for 4th grade reading. California was far, far behind. So you should apologize for not getting your kids in school. Why didn't you get the kids in school in the summer of 2020 like we did? You vowed to the teachers union. You didn't do the job you should have done.
Right. Wow. I think it's a beatdown.
Yeah.
I really think it was a beatdown. And you knew it was going to be. Because, again, what are you going to say about this stuff except to lie? Well, yeah, but he didn't do it either. Yeah, but his policies are more extreme than mine.
Yes.
That's all you can say. And I don't think it really worked. I don't think it held much water last night. So between that debate and the one coming up on Wednesday, which do you think is going to be more entertaining?
I don't know.
Knives will be out for Nikki Haley.
Yeah, because she's gotten some traction.
Yeah, I think it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, should be. And there's less people. So
yeah,
as Hannity said last night, I want to let this thing breathe. That's really important.
Yeah.
Let the debate breathe. Stop jamming in there and shutting them down every single time. All right, we're out of time. You're out of time. You need to shut up. We're out of time.
Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.
888-900-3393.
You're welcome. I really appreciate it. Can we deal with the most pressing issue of the day? Okay. Silly debate with DeSantis and Newsom. Yeah, the president is old and feeble. I got it. But there's a box of Kexi cookies sitting in front of me that has not been opened.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's an issue.
This is the most pressing
That's
issue
an issue.
of the day. Okay. This is our Christmas box.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
It's cost us $4,800, I think, a box. Something like that.
Oh, so you're going to take a loss on this.
Yeah, we're going to take a bit of a loss on this.
Merry Christmas.
It's got God Bless Us. Everyone on the front, really nicely designed, as you can see. And then you open it up. And like the
there you go.
The Halloween cookie box.
Yeah.
We've got these
trading
cards.
Yeah, that's
which are
cool.
really cool. So these are Christmas based on,
like
A Christmas Carol,
Oh,
obviously.
Christmas Carol stuff.
So you got the Ghost of Christmas Future, present, past. You got Bob Cratchit, and my son Daniel designed all these. They're really good, really fun. And so for the first people who order the box, you'll be able to get the Christmas cards as well. And
that's great.
How do the cookies end up in our hands?
And this is the only way you can get the Boston cream pie cookie. is if you order the Christmas box. But there's a limited number, so we expect them to sell out fast. I think the Halloween box sold out in a day. But you can get the Boston cream pie. We also now have the really delicious cinnamon roll cookie for Christmas.
That happened to be in that particular box.
It is. This must be what my dog feels like when he sees me handling food and I'm not giving it to him. May I please have one?
Which one do you want?
What are the options again?
Well, we got
Boston cream.
The options are take the one.
Take the one.
Yeah.
Toss me a Boston cream, please.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Breakfast is served.
And you, my friend, what do you want here?
He called you his friend. What a liar. Sorry.
Wait, why?
Never mind.
This one is, I think this is the polar bear because it's got the caramel all on top. There's some peanut butter in there and other things that are delicious.
Nice.
Kale. I think we put a lot of kale in that.
Yeah.
Some spinach.
You put
leaves.
a little caramel on kale, I'm all for it.
More than a little, my friend. If you're going to eat kale, it needs a lot of caramel on top.
Yeah, that's one of your Kexi offerings that flies below the radar. The
kale? Yeah,
the
it
kale
does. It does fly below the radar.
You don't advertise that?
No. So go to Kexi.com and get yours today. KEKSI.com. Got some tweets here. Frank Johnson's alter ego tweets, Jeffy is the man. If you could be half the man he is, you'd be twice the man you are.
Dang.
Wow.
I'm not sure what
Don't
that
take him.
okay.
Don't dwell on that
Thank you.
But, okay.
You're right.
I don't know if you know what he's saying there.
Oh, he knows.
But
wait.
Oh, he knows.
The Pickled Squirrel tweets, those extreme cases generally get solved by delivering the Buick. Oh, wait. I mean, delivering the baby. Well, yeah, but you never know.
You just
right? Until whatever it is comes out. You never know. Never know what that could be. Anthony Osh, please don't encourage people to move to Illinois. It's really a red state, but Chicago has more people than the rest of the state. Therefore, ruled stupidly.
Yeah, we just need to actually encourage them to move from one blue state to another. We just kind of isolate them.
Right. Exactly.
Don't spread them out.
But what I think they're saying here is that Chicago
don't care.
Makes it a blue state
it's
when
not
it
my
should
problem.
be a red state.
I don't know if that's true.
I think Southern Illinois
is
Southern Illinois is beautiful, but there's some college towns that
yeah.
You know how college towns are.
How are college towns?
Oh, no. Let's do this.
Provo, Utah.
Let's hear the description of college
towns.
You know how college towns are.
Quite conservative.
Is
yes.
it, though?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
no, but you're
You
absolutely
tell yourself
right.
that.
Madison, Boulder,
Austin.
Austin.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Columbia, Missouri.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Carbondale, Illinois. Oh, Carbondale. Oh, that's in Southern Illinois.
Helena, Montana, home of Carroll College.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Helena is actually a very blue town because it's the seat of the government there.
Well, I mean,
and so for some reason you got a bunch of liberals that live there. Sucks. And that's why, of course, you got the crime that you have. That's why you have the mean streets that you have, and that you got to wear a flak jacket anytime you leave the house. We've got Sarah the Roma who tweets, Newsom knows jack about women's health. I've had 3 pregnancies, and I knew way before 6 weeks. And pregnant or not, I can get a doctor. We're not invalids.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Gavin.
New scum.
All right, so let's finish off. Should we finish off the debate? And see what else they had to say? Okay. I guess they talked about school materials.
Yeah, that's fun.
Especially the lower grades. Should schools, and maybe all grades, should schools be focusing on reading, writing, math, science, history, computers, and maybe leaving values, considering parents might have different values than teachers at school, to the parents, to religious institutions, Or is it the role of the school? What is the role?
The role of the school is to educate kids, not indoctrinate kids. It's not to impose an agenda. It's to do the basics. And what we've said in Florida is it's inappropriate to tell a kindergartner that their gender is a choice. It's inappropriate to tell a second grader that they may have been born in the wrong body. Now, California has that. They want to have that injected into the elementary school. My wife and I have a 7-5 and a 3-year-old. We don't think that that's appropriate. And I know most parents do not think it's appropriate.
Thank you.
It's also important to respect parental rights to know what curriculum is being used in the classroom, and everything should be age appropriate. I actually have something that I brought that some parents have objected to. So this is a book that's in some of the schools in California. Florida, this is not consistent with our standards, called Gender Queer. Some of it's blacked out. You would not probably be able to put this on air. This is pornography. It's cartoons. It's aimed at children, and it's wrong. So this should not be in schools. When people like on the left say that somehow you're banning books by removing this from a young kid's classroom, no, this is not age appropriate. And so we're going to stand for the rights of parents. I think we need to do that nationwide. I don't think you can have a situation where some states just trample on the rights of parents. Parents have a fundamental right to direct the education and upbringing of their kids.
I mean, by the way, you've been on a banning bench. 1,406 books have been banned just last year under Ron DeSantis' leadership. I love that he keeps pulling this out. I've seen this. He's been doing this all over campaign trail. What's wrong with Toni Morrison's books?
It's not banned.
What's wrong? It's not true. No. What's wrong with Amanda Gorman's?
It's not banned.
And the poetry. 1,406. 1,406 books have been banned on your banning bench in the state of Florida. As it relates to parental rights, come on. California, it's in our Constitution, parental engagement. It's called the LCFF process. We actually require parental engagement on curriculum development. And we don't. Complete lie. We don't require K through 3rd grade sexual education.
Okay, well, then who's telling the truth there?
I don't know.
1,406 books have been banned in Florida.
A lot of parents have been protesting in California over these books. So it doesn't sound like Gavin has his facts right.
I don't know. Well, Gavin, talking about the books in Florida too. So, and first of all, these books are not banned. You can still
they're not banned.
Get your books anywhere in every library across the state.
Right. Yes.
You just can't get them into
Absolutely.
school.
You can go to the booksellers. You can go to
correct.
Whatever bookstore is still open today. I don't know what that would be.
There's plenty of.
You can go to Amazon and order it.
They'll have it to you the next hour.
No, we want the kids.
Yeah.
We want to get to the kids.
Right. That's
behind the parents' backs. That's the whole point of this stuff being in schools and in school libraries. All right, we got one more clip here.
All right.
Parental rights stuff.
Parents' rights, because he says California respects parents' rights. This is rich. He's been telling a lot of whoppers tonight. This may be the biggest. In California, if you're a parent in Iowa or New Hampshire or South Carolina, your minor child can go to California without your knowledge or without your consent and get hormone therapy, puberty blockers, and a sex change operation, all without you knowing or consenting. How in the heck is that honoring parents' rights when you're bringing people from out of state to go around their parents' backs and getting life-altering surgeries?
Wow. Okay. What do you have to say to that? Mr. New Scum?
New Scum, what up? Shout out to New Scum. I love that nickname.
I love it too. That's good stuff.
I just want you to know.
Oh, what do you got?
This polar bear cookie is awesome.
They're pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're eating it during the show. That's good.
Well, I wasn't going to, but then it was.
It's
right there.
Right.
What am I going to do?
I know. What are you going to do?
I think that's Jeffy's life motto.
What are you
it's
gonna
right
do?
there.
It's right
What are you going to do? What was I going to do? Not eat it? No, we would never ask you to do that. We'd never ask you to do that. Not during the show.
Okay, thank you.
No. All right. So I think that Ron DeSantis kicked his his rectum across the stage last night.
Darn near killed him, actually.
Rectum, darn near killed him. Exactly. Also, we still have a bunch of congressional fun to get to. Let's start with Debbie Wasserman Schultz
Love her.
versus Matt Taibbi.
Coming out of Florida.
On free speech.
An anti-Semitic great replacement theory was recently amplified on Twitter/X by none other than its owner, Elon Musk, and the right-wing darling, Tucker Carlson. Terrorists use the platforms to terrorize target populations, and Hamas even used the personal accounts of hostages and victims to live stream their brutality to incite further violence. Mr. Taibbi, yes or no? Should social media companies allow rape and murder to be live streamed by terrorists on their platforms in order to create fear and incite violence?
I believe that would violate their terms of service, would it not?
So your answer is no? It should not. They should not be allowed to do that.
Live stream rape and murder? No,
Right.
I think that would count as speech that would be prohibited under their terms of service.
Good. You do have absolutist policies, but
I do not have absolute. I do not have.
Please don't interrupt me. You have absolute. I've
She's
asked you a
hideous.
question. You answered it.
The worst.
You do have absolutist policies. At least they have some limits. But I think a Homeland Security official.
With respect,
if
Congresswoman, all
excuse me,
journalists operate
reclaiming
under
my time.
limits.
If a Homeland Security official echoed your opinion, you would call it censorship. But I'm glad that at least you acknowledge that rape and murder should not be allowed on social media platforms. Ms. Troy, I have the same question. Yes or no? Should social media companies take down brutal images of rape and murder live streamed by Hamas or similar groups like ISIS?
I agree with Mr.
Ms. Troy.
Oh,
Ms. Troy.
Ms. Troy. You were looking at me. Sorry. Yeah, I believe they should follow their internal policies, and they should absolutely not leave content up like that. And I can tell you, as someone who worked on the Christchurch shooting, where that terrorist live streamed the attack, which was horrifying, horrific. We did have conversations. We had official meetings with social media as an international community to discuss terrorist use of the internet and this violent rhetoric on there and what it would lead to more potential violence.
Okay. All right.
I don't know that I agree with that.
The rape and murder should be live streamed?
It goes against. They're going to take it down.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be there. But
yeah, terrorists should not be able to use the social media to broadcast that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think consent, right?
Yeah.
I think if those in the video give consent, then sure. If not, which obviously in the case of the shooting or the raping or the murdering,
yeah, we're not getting consent for that.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah. Michael Schellenberg was also at the hearing, and he discussed free speech.
The government doesn't decide who can speak in the town square. Why should the government be deciding who can speak on social media platforms? We, the people, should decide our own content as adults, legal content. It should not be decided by either government or big tech.
I mean, it's pretty simple there. And so what happens is Debbie Wasserman Schultz will use the rape and murder argument to shut down just regular free speech like Schellenberger is discussing there.
And again, using the most extreme cases, which they throw out against every person on the right. You're the most extreme cases here. That's ridiculous. And then they throw out the most extreme. How often does that happen, first of all? Not that often. No. Secondly, when it does, it's usually shut down pretty quickly. So can we just discuss whether Americans should have the right to say mean things to other Americans? Really, that's the issue here, isn't it? It's what can you allow on Twitter, and why isn't Twitter shutting down all mean speech? Well, again, if you don't like it, you don't use it.
Right. Yeah, the left had every market cornered.
Yeah.
On social media to be able to control the narrative.
Stand it that they don't have that now.
The digital town square was theirs on lockdown. And now they have Twitter, X, that they don't have control over. They don't have the back doors anymore. And they are freaking out.
And here's somebody who apparently doesn't like free speech, Representative Dan Goldman.
Mr. Schellenberger, is 13% censorship still censorship?
Absolutely.
And the other 87% is what we call the chilling effect that the courts have long recognized that they engaged in. That is the problem.
There's a broad by the way, part of the operation, Congressman Goldman, part of the operation was to change the terms of service. So you see them constantly trying to change the terms of service. You see them, it was 35% of the URLs that were, this according to EIP, were labeled, removed, or soft blocked. That's all forms of censorship. That censorship is not just removal.
But 65% were not.
So how can the government be so coercive?
Does the First Amendment say that the government
for the course on government?
Only 35% was.
Time of the gentleman has
They're not censoring. They're flagging in the social media companies.
So under coercion,
35% of a First Amendment?
It's not the First Amendment. It's the terms of service, as you said, and they are flagging it for the social media companies to make their own decisions. That is not the First Amendment. That is the terms of service.
We've just seen
Congressman, you're an attorney. You know that 4 federal judges have already ruled that.
And I know that it's on appeal in front of the Supreme Court right now.
I love how. All right, I got it. I love how Michael Schellenberger is now an enemy of the left.
Yes.
It's great. I mean, here's a guy who's been on their side for 30 years, who has been tracking down all their environmental nonsense until he finally realized, wait a minute, okay, there's something wrong here with this climate change nonsense. And that kind of opened his mind to a whole bunch of different things, free speech. Interesting. All right. Most guys spend more than half their day sitting, and every one of us has been, irritated by uncomfortable underwear and adjusting. And that's why, that's why Undertac is not your typical men's boxers. They're made with modal. And you can think of that as cotton, except way better. It's 50% more moisture wicking, it's antibacterial, and it's way softer. Undertac stays in place with a sturdy but really comfortable extra wide waistband, and the fly design is brilliantly straightforward. Undertac is durable, ultra lightweight, fade resistant, shrink resistant, and the best part, they're 25% less expensive and come with twice the satisfaction guarantee of the competition. If that's not enough, they also donate a portion of their profits to organizations actively fighting right now against human trafficking. So pick up a drawer full today, undertac.com. When you're comfortable, you just do everything better. No matter what it is, it's just better when you're comfortable. Get 20% off site-wide when you use my offer code PAT20. Exceptional comfort, twice the guarantee, and a fraction of the price. You can't lose. Undertac.com, spelled under T-A-C, undertac.com, offer code PAT20.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. How are we doing so far on on videos?
So he knows the over-under game, y'all. What are we at now?
What's the over-under, 28?
28 and a half.
And where are we?
4, 6, 8. I don't even know, man. 17.
17.
I believe. Okay. Is that right? 17. We played 17, yeah. So we have to get 10 clips. More, 11 more, 12 more. Good Lord, I suck at math. 12 more by the end of the show if you're going to make the over.
Okay.
Nobody believes in you, though.
No, I know. I know. Believe me.
It hurts. Because you've been on Twitter this morning obsessing. You saw the game we were playing.
Deeply wounded.
The over-under, if you missed the video I tweeted out just before the show.
I'll tell you.
28 and a half is our over-under. Are we going to make it over or under? And I'd say 99% of the audience chose the under 28 and a half videos.
I don't want you to stop looking at Twitter, and I don't want you to have to mute those people. So those people should be banned from Twitter, okay?
Well, let's get back to Congress.
Oh, boy.
And play another one of these video clips from Representative Dan Goldman.
This guy.
Oh, yeah,
he's not convinced yet. He's still not convinced of the Hunter Biden laptop being real.
Oh, my gosh.
This is ridiculous. Watch this.
You've talked about the Hunter Biden laptop.
Yeah.
And how the FBI knew it existed. You are aware, of course, that the laptop, so to speak, was actually, that was published in the New York Post, was actually a hard drive that the New York Post admitted here was not authenticated as real. It was not the laptop the FBI had. You're aware of that, right?
It was the same contents.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Because it's the same. I mean,
you would have to authenticate it to know it was the same content.
Oh, shut up!
You have no idea. You know hard drives can be manipulated.
Are you suggesting the New York Post participated in a conspiracy to construct the contents of the Hunter Biden laptop?
No, sir. The problem is that hard drives can be manipulated by Rudy Giuliani or Russia.
What's the evidence that happened?
Or Russia.
Well, there is actual evidence of it, but the point is it's not
no
still
evidence.
going down that
So
road.
you're engaged in
It's not the
I'm
same
glad
thing.
you agree with me, Mr. Schellenberger, that transparency is the most important thing. And my last question for you is, do you think it would be transparent if Hunter Biden came to this Congress and testified in a public hearing, and more transparent than if he testified privately?
No.
I mean, literally, I've never thought about that. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
You don't know? Literally never thought about that.
Public
Good for
testimony
you.
more
I mean, this is
transparent than
random.
private
I have
testimony?
no idea.
Are you familiar with the First
Mr.
Amendment?
Chairman, I
It
yield
says that
back.
the Congress shall take no action to abridge freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And that's what you just described.
Mr. Schell,
That's great. Oh, and they're treating him.
Literally never thought of that.
They treat him like
That's a
he's-
hostile witness.
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of their own. Michael Schellenberger comes from the left.
I mean, they're laying the groundwork for the Hunter, right? Because Hunter said he would go before he wanted to testify publicly in the hearings.
Yeah.
He should do both, actually, because I'd like to have him questioned behind closed doors that go on the record. We may get more facts from him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to imagine that's actually going to happen.
I know.
It's really hard to imagine. Meanwhile, subpoenas connected to the Biden family were officially delivered yesterday, and Speaker Mike Johnson updated everybody on the Biden impeachment proceedings.
I just got bullet points here. From 2014 to 2019, Biden family members and their affiliate companies received over $15 million from foreign companies and foreign nationals. These are all facts. Facts are stubborn things. That included Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan, Romania, and China. Biden business associates received an additional $9 million. The chairman here have uncovered a lot of facts. President Biden has, of course, lied at least 16 times about his involvement in his family's business schemes. There are at least 22 examples of Joe Biden speaking with or meeting with Hunter Biden's foreign business associates. The Oversight Committee recently released 2 checks. You see the graphics up here today. These checks are to Joe Biden. One is for $40,000 from China, and another is for $200,000 from a now bankrupt healthcare company that his brother James Biden apparently swindled. Listen, this investigation has to continue.
And yet, Hakeem Jeffries is going to tell us in a few minutes.
Oh no.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence against Joe Biden.
I love
What are you talking about? There's no evidence. What? We'll share that with you. And much more coming up.
God save the Queen, man.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, Instagram. All right. Mentioned Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh, he's good.
House Minority Leader. Love him. Hakeem Jeffries.
This is the most worthless. Every time
well,
he does
that's subjective.
No. Let me finish. Let me finish.
All
We
right,
just had Debbie Wasserman Schultz on.
Yeah, right.
Now she's the
Remember
most
Curly.
hideous when Hakeem Jeffries gives these minority leader reports at the podium. It's the most worthless use of time in Washington D.C. outside of a KJP.
All right, I can maybe go with that
deal.
All right, but I mean it's hard.
Okay.
You're still into tough territory
All right,
there.
all right.
There's a lot of options.
Sorry, we're trying to get to the
Sure
over 29.
I know.
Here we go. All right, let's
So
play
here we go.
Not a
Hakeem Jeffries.
scintilla of evidence
Not a scintilla.
Not a scintilla.
that Republicans have produced
Are you kidding me?
to show that President Joe Biden has engaged in wrongdoing.
Okay, that's a lie.
An impeachable offense.
A lie.
Or in any way has broken the law.
Another lie.
Why? Because there is no evidence.
Why? Because we
that
love
exists.
you.
Wait
to
for
implicate
it. Here comes the biggest lie.
President Joe Biden in anything nefarious. President Biden is a good man.
Oh,
He's
man.
a good and decent and hardworking man. And that's been his entire
serious?
life in public service.
Of course, we got a douchebag saying that. So
I mean, Lindsey Graham has
credibility.
said the same thing, right?
I'm talking about credibility. Yeah, and he has no credibility either.
Right.
The credibility gap is on both sides of the aisle.
If you will recall, the clip we played right before the break was Speaker Johnson laying out evidence for the benefit of people like Hakeem Jeffries, who will not be convinced that anything has ever been done wrong in the name of Joe Biden.
Right. And that's why I get so tired of these people talking about how charming he is, how wonderful he is. No, he's not. He's not charming, and he's not wonderful. Okay. And he has left this country hanging by a constitutional thread.
Yep.
Literally hanging by a thread.
Yes, sir.
On the House floor, Representative George Santos.
Oh, he could be his last
Another
day.
fun guy. Is today his last day? Maybe?
Well,
Possible.
I think they're talking about possibly the vote.
The vote today. Yeah.
Expulsion vote.
A lot of people in Congress want him out. They want him gone. And they probably should. The guy lied about literally everything in his life.
Because everybody up there is lily white besides
I know.
George Santos.
And I like what he's saying about he's going to wear it as a badge of honor, and he's calling out the rest of them. But
I mean, who doesn't keep a little cash in their jacket pockets and gold bars in the closets? I mean, everyone
Mercedes
does that. Times
in
are
the
tough.
driveway.
Times are tough.
I hear you.
So this
I hear
clip
you.
would be clip 21 if you're playing at home on the 28.5 over-under.
All right.
Madam Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I
swinging.
rise to give notice of my intention to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows.
Okay.
In the matter of Rep. Jamal Bowman from New York, whereas Representative Jamal Bowman is a member of the United States House of Representatives. Whereas on September 30th, 2023, Representative Jamal Bowman knowingly and willingly gave a false fire alarm in the Cannon House office building. Whereas on October 26, 2023, Representative Jamal Bowman pleaded guilty to one count of falsely pulling the alarm. Whereas Representative Jamal Bowman's actions caused the closing of the Cannon House office building and resulted in the disruption of an official proceeding in the Congress. Now, therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to Article 1, Section 5, Clause 2 of the Constitution of the United States, Representative Jamal Bowman be hereby is expelled from the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Under Rule 9, a resolution offered from the floor by a member other than the majority leader or the minority leader as a question of the privileges of the House has immediate precedence only at a time designated by the chair within 2 legislative days after the resolution is properly noticed.
She was saying
Pending
I
that
don't think we need the
designation,
legal
the floor
jargon
She
at
was
the end
saying
here.
something. I'm sorry.
But this is great because he's going down in an earlier round. But Sugar, he's going down swinging.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, well.
He's going to try to take Bowman with him. It's not going to happen, but man, it'd be great, wouldn't it? If you could take Bowman out on the way out.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be great.
But we should have done an over-under on the whereases.
Yeah. I think the under was 4.
Okay. We probably hit
the over is 5.
Yeah.
World leaders are meeting over in Qatar.
Well, this is just fun.
Yeah, this is a climate thing, right?
Well, they're going to solve it. Yeah, they're going to solve the crisis for us because, there's so much climate chaos happening.
Keep in mind, while this is happening, they want to stop the climate change. British citizens, subjects, whatever, have been asked to conserve energy because they're going through such a cold spell right now.
Oh, my.
So,
again, proof that there's no global warming. If every weather event that's hot proves global warming, then every weather event that's the opposite proves the opposite.
Yeah, can you put up that graph real quick that Alex Epstein posted? Put up the.
This is the one.
graph.
Is this the one about the climate death?
Yeah. This is fascinating. I love this one.
Okay, so we tweeted out the climate deaths. Walk us through this, Keith, if you will.
All right. Yeah, the UK Guardian in 2004 posted, quote, climate change over the next 20 years. You might know that as the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Change over the next 20 years could result in a global catastrophe costing millions of lives in wars and natural disasters.
From the Guardian 2004.
Right, and you can see, look at all the CO2 going up. I mean,
Holy
shoot,
cow.
we should be
We're
all
done.
dead.
We're done.
But if you look at the climate-related deaths, it's actually plummeted over that time.
My gosh! Look at how much it's plummeted.
Minuscule.
Thanks to fossil fuels.
That's incredible.
So there you go. So they're having the big meeting in Qatar, however you want to say it. And so all the dignitaries arrive, and then you're supposed to have the government officials from Qatar show up on the runway and escort him down. So the president of Germany shows up, and nobody's there to greet him, as you can see here. He just stands there for 30 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Stop it.
Waiting for someone. I don't know if he's not allowed to come down and call an Uber, a Qatar Uber. What's the deal here?
The guy stood there at the doorway for 30 minutes?
I didn't see video.
Wow.
I read accounts that's how long he waited. So I assume he waited right there in the plane for 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
I can't blame him.
He's like,
crazy.
where is my official
official greeting? I'm here.
Right, I'm here. Do you know who I am? I'm the Chancellor of Germany.
And I got to be honest with you, we didn't.
So,
Yeah,
So-
I know.
Maybe that's why.
Wait, where's Angela Merkel?
No kidding.
That would have been my first thought. Wait, you guys changed leaders? When did that happen?
Seriously. She was there for like almost 20 years.
She was there for a long time.
Right.
And I think it was, and she's out of there because she wanted to go, right? I mean, she.
I don't think they're term limited.
Yeah,
I think
so. They didn't
I think
push
she
her
finally
out.
got sick of it
Yeah,
and left.
She already made enough money.
Okay.
Oh, man. Anyway, they are meeting for the whole COP28 thing.
Yeah, I hope they fix everything.
Well, of course.
Well, they will.
Of course they
They
will.
have to. I mean, there's wind now in Washington, D.C.
Right.
We've
Just
got to
discovered
address
that.
that.
Yeah.
That's a new
We
thing.
have to address that.
Yeah. Well, you know what hasn't happened is this feedback loop that they keep warning about, the catastrophic feedback loop. That means that so many bad things are happening that it spirals to the next thing, which spirals to the next thing.
Oh.
Pretty soon, you're completely out of control weather-wise, and the temperature doesn't come down like it's supposed to. Well, where is that? Where is that?
So I think they need to change their marketing. It needs to be something like a climate domino effect. Or
something.
Yeah, because feedback
loop doesn't
it's
sound
not-
too scary,
not
does it?
as catchy.
No, it's
No.
not really. But
All right, we got
Feedback
23.
loop. That's
20
interesting.
We're at 23 now?
Or 22.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, 22? Wait, I got to re-add.
It doesn't. 22.
I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But we don't have. All
right. Well,
we're not counting pics. This is just videos, right?
Yeah, just videos.
All right, let me get to. We got to tell you about The Blind, a new movie that you can see about the Robertson family. This is good stuff. Hollywood's been lacking, of course, when it comes to great stories of redemption. Movies and TV shows pretty much trend toward the anti-hero now. The flawed person who makes no effort to change, just becomes worse and worse as the story goes on, and then it ends. So you're like, wait, what? That's it? Okay, he stayed a douchebag the whole time? Well, here's some great news. The Blind, this true story of the Robertson family. It's now available for purchase on BlazeTV. Maybe you made a mess of your life. Maybe somebody you know is in a dark place. If you or someone you know feels beyond redemption, you need to watch this movie. You'll see there's always hope. Always. The Blind takes you on an incredible journey of the life of Phil Robertson. Gives you an intimate look into the man behind the legend and the trials and the triumphs and the values that have shaped him through the years and have made him such a compelling character, he and his family. While The Blind wasn't a Blaze Media production, since Phil's such a big part of our Blaze TV family, we wanted to make sure you had the opportunity to stream it here. It's not ours, so we can't just include it with the subscription. But if you'd rather purchase it here and stream it here than, say, Apple or Amazon, we wanted to give you that opportunity. So act now. Don't miss this opportunity to own The Blind, a Phil Robertson story on Blaze TV. Buy it today at blazetv.com/theblind for just $19.99. That's blazetv.com/theblind.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. Where are we?
I think we've done
video
22.
clip-wise?
I think we've done 22.
22.
I started keeping track as well. I don't necessarily trust the
All right, you're going to love
the
this lady.
official
She's
counter.
a protester. Of course, she's obviously pro-Palestinian.
Oh, good.
Slash Hamas, if you
Because
ask
they're
me.
such wonderful
Right,
people. You know what I mean?
Right. And this
all
is
they want is their own homeland, Keith.
Yeah, what you're
That's all
about to
they
witness
want.
is the very definition of
They're
a
being attacked.
useful idiot right here. Watch
free
this.
Palestine.
All right.
Funny, you don't look Palestinian.
From the nation to the sea, Palestine will be free.
From the nation to the sea.
No, from the mountains to the sea.
From the mountains to the sea.
Not that either, Puddin'.
That's what we want.
From the mountains to the sea? Which mountains?
What mountains? Come on.
The Rockies.
He's like, I forget.
The Appalachians. Hello.
Man, you are so dumb. There
That's
you
fun.
go.
That's fun. You don't even know your rhyme. No. Get off the street. Get off the street.
That's
So
awesome.
great. I love that.
23 videos down.
Okay.
You want to do some animal videos?
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be. Even I know this stupid rhyme. Jeez.
And you're not even getting paid to stand out there with a flag.
So she was wrong.
She was wrong.
That's so we're laughing
She was wrong.
at it.
It's,
Okay.
it's not from the nation to the sea. It's not from the mountains
mountain to the sea.
It's not from the prairie to the sea.
Free Palestine. That's all she knows.
That's all she knows.
All right.
And she doesn't even know why, would be my guess.
You think we can get 6 more videos in?
Maybe.
All right. How about an animal video?
How about it?
James
we
Woods.
we don't need to hit the over that bad.
James Woods posted this video.
Who did?
James Woods posted this fun
The
video.
actor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're
know
Mr.
that.
Twitter. How do you not know this? The guy is constantly.
Well, I'm playing along for people who don't frequent Twitter like I do.
Yeah, sure. All right. The dog wants a stick really badly. Watch this. He's a fun dog here. So he's
getting it off the snowman.
Snowman's arm.
That is adorable.
That is adorable, right?
I like that.
We don't have to get the over.
It's because it's a stupid video.
Now
He's gonna
run up the clock.
hanging there.
He's gonna run up the clock here.
Yeah.
How about another dog? This one is a dog that's had a few too many to drink.
So this is what I just came home to.
Video 25.
Oh my gosh.
This is empty. This was
Bailey's.
probably more than halfway full.
Bailey's.
How'd he get the cap off?
Because she's dumb. She left it out.
And this, the top is not all the way on.
Oh,
that was
oh
more
my
than
gosh.
halfway full.
That could kill
Jack,
the dog.
try to walk. Come on, let's go.
Oh no. Oh, bro.
Oh no.
It's not funny, but my dog is drunk and I don't know what to do about it.
Oh.
I don't know. There's much you can do about it.
Who among us?
Wow.
That's a good point. I mean,
well, get him the hair of the dog. See?
Right.
The hair of the dog to bit you.
You could just take it off his back or.
It's late, but better late than never. That is weird because how do you get the tops off those things?
I assume that dog is okay. Surely
I
she
hope.
wouldn't have
Yeah,
posted
because that's got to be.
I've had animals actually.
That's got to be dangerous.
Devour non-alcohol things.
Boy, you are
everything before. Like such as
that
what?
Just I just said it wasn't alcohol that
he's running up the clock. That's what he's doing.
Man, was I angry. I will say that cost the household some money.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can just imagine what it was.
Nope. Boy. No, not
what?
that either.
Nope.
No. Okay. Then there's a dog teaching a baby to crawl.
Oh yeah, this is cute. Watch this. Well,
all right.
We're just gonna assume he's teaching the baby to crawl. See that? No, he's showing.
Okay.
Look, he's watching the baby.
Sure.
See, look, he's like,
now he's
watch,
gonna
you do
see,
this.
do this. Do this.
See?
That is fun.
It's kind of cute, right?
That's fun. Yeah.
All right, we're making progress.
I love it when babies are in these.
I've lost count.
Yeah,
I like
me too.
What do we
Yeah,
have,
I know
26?
you do.
Let's do. I think 27 is the next one. The little cat says hello to the delivery man.
Okay.
This is cute.
Oh. Hi, how you doing?
You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
The cat said hello, Pat. Hello. Wait, what is that? Jeffy's not amused at all today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's the weird
We
bike
might have
lane?
found a bike lane. I really want to get Jeffy's opinion because we all cannot stand dealing with
The bikers.
in the road. And, oh my gosh.
Don't put me in that window. No one supports bicyclists more than me.
He doesn't want to be
Okay, so here is
attacked by the bicycle
I do not
enthusiasts.
want.
Here is a roadway where they've built a bike lane through the middle of the road, and you think, oh, that's stupid.
Okay.
Until they dual purpose it, they cover it there with solar panels. I don't know how I feel about this.
I like that actually.
Yeah, I don't.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a lot of solar panels too. They're
Sure
acting
is.
almost as a, like I said, like a roof over the bikers.
I'd like to know what if it covers the cost of the.
It powers
of the
a
structure.
neighborhood. It probably powers 2 houses.
Right, that's what I mean. To build that is costing a lot more than what they're making.
Can you
from
imagine
it.
what that cost?
Yeah.
That's
Where is
ridiculous.
this?
I don't know. I could not find out to save my life.
Wow.
So,
It's from Mike
it's-
Hudema.
So it's really well. Mike
that's
would
who
never
posted
post anything on X that wasn't real.
Right.
Exactly right.
So
Wait.
You know Mike's work, right?
Yeah,
Nobody
Mike-
supports Mike's work more than you do.
Okay, so now I think this is a fun video because I mean things are so bad in the world that we're at
What?
the point where
I
even,
hadn't noticed.
We're even tents, TENTS. They're coming to life. Watch this. That's kind of fun, right? I mean, you see what happened there?
Yeah, the tent was
The
laughing.
the tent wasn't
No?
laughing. The
Oh.
tent was walking across the street.
Let me see that again.
Okay.
I think I missed the point of this one.
Okay.
Let's see it. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's walking. It's like,
The lady filming is laughing, and that's a very dangerous thing that's going on right there, causing accidents. Not
Yeah, pay
funny at
attention to
all.
the road, Puddin'.
And she looks like she's on the wrong. Well,
no, it's probably England.
it must be. Of sorts. Okay, now
all right.
I'm quite excited to play this next one for you because we've talked about how when we go on vacation around Christmas time, a lot of news still happens that we never get a chance to talk about.
Right.
And so I was looking for something.
And that's because we're on vacation, during those 2 weeks.
Right. And obviously you keep us informed through your social media accounts during that time.
Right. But you don't pay enough attention to my social media posts.
Right.
So that's why you miss so much.
Right. So
and you miss this Chris Hansen thing.
Chris Hansen, right? You know him from Dateline NBC, where he's the guy hey, I wonder if I could talk to you about the fact that you're trying to pick up 12-year-old girls.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So this story, I saw the date on it, was from last Christmas break. So I never saw this until last week when I was looking for something else, and this popped up. It's a story about Chris Hansen's own troubles with the law.
Really?
Chris Hansen, the former host of To Catch a Predator, has been arrested over a pair of bounced checks, according to Fox News. Hansen is accused of writing a check for around $13,000 worth of marketing materials to the owner of Promotional Sales Limited, according to the Stanford Advocate. The order from 2017 covered hundreds of ceramic mugs, t-shirts, and vinyl decals, and he even reportedly agreed to cover the entire cost before delivery. 3 months after invoices were received, an employee of Hansen's reportedly sent a check that bounced. After apologizing, Hansen offered a partial payment, after which the business owner filed a police complaint. The TV host was then contacted by an investigator, and he allegedly said he'd make a statement and that his wife would deliver a check, neither of which occurred, according to the arrest affidavit. A second check in April 2018 also reportedly bounced, after which the affidavit quotes Hansen as telling the business owner via email, "I'm scrambling to get it done. Please give me till the end of the day. I sold the boat to cover the rest of this and need to pick up the payment this afternoon." But after another alleged failed promise to pay the balance, an arrest warrant was issued. On Monday, Hansen was charged with issuing a bad check, and after turning himself over to police, he was later released without bond.
That's a pedophile who's pissed off that Chris Hansen featured him.
I'll do the voiceover on this one, guys. Give me this
I got
assignment.
this. I got it. I got this Chris Hansen
Yeah, this
story.
was a couple of years ago, apparently, and so that was eventually settled.
He took care of it?
Yeah. But it was interesting to see a mugshot of the guy who's
I'm surprised he had to sell a boat.
That's sad.
What?
That's actually sad.
Okay, Chris Hansen at NBC.
Right.
He's not there anymore, I guess, right?
Right.
But he had to make 7 figures.
You would think.
Had to. All those
He was doing a
network
service
news
for
anchors.
society.
Yeah.
You would hope he was getting justly reimbursed for his trouble.
He had to have made $1 million plus. I'm looking at one of these. Of course, some of these sites are really stupid and completely inaccurate. I won't go into
on the
specifics
internet?
on that. Yeah, but they say his net worth is $4 million.
Oh, I see 1.5 on something I'm looking up.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Either way,
he'd be able to cover $13,000.
Well, sometimes you got money tied up in investments. You can't get
That's
your hands
true.
on cash.
It's not liquid. Yeah, right. You're cash poor.
Yeah, I mean,
but asset.
Wait, yours says how much is he worth? I see 4 million. Yeah, 4 million's coming up quite a bit.
Yeah.
My
this one says he's got an estimated salary of $300,000 a year. No, not at. I don't know what he's doing now, so maybe that's the case. But it couldn't have been at NBC. That was too big a show, right?
And especially in those days, people were still making a bunch of money for those shows.
Right.
I mean, it's a different world today.
It is a different world. Yeah.
Looks like he's doing. Okay.
What's he do?
Let's see. We've launched a first episode
of is it a YouTube channel or something?
If you go to watchtrueblue.com.
I love that.
But True is spelled TRU, and
nobody supports True Blue more than Jeff
Blue is
Fisher.
BLU. So watch TRUBLU.com.
True Blue.
So I click on that, and it looks like I got to subscribe. $49.99 a year.
What?
For Chris Hansen episodes.
Okay, $50 a year.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say a month. That would have been bad.
No, that's the OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
OnlyFans.
It looks like there's a lot of shows based there. And it looks like they're all like crime related. So that's a good place for him.
I think we hit the over, by the way, on the,
we're
on
done.
the video.
We won.
That was the over.
And so congratulations.
Take that, all you doubters, all ye of little faith. Take that.
Yeah.
Of course, we kind of sped through some things.
So what? We
just
got
to make
there.
sure, but we got there.
Yeah, to quote Jeffrey,
But we got there.
once you're in it, you're in it.
Thank you.
And we got in it, and we kept going.
Yeah.
So then we have one more video here of kind of a fun nature. Should we save it for overtime or?
Oh gosh, what is it?
It's is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Which my firm answer has always been.
I mean, I thought we were doing Christmas
And
stuff.
we'll continue to
we
be.
can save that for overtime.
No.
A very Christmas
Because,
overtime.
I mean, you're incorrect with your assumption, but
it is
that's
not.
fine.
Oh, it's absolutely, and we're going to prove it today in overtime.
Okay.
So. PatGray.com. I'm sorry, excuse me. It's BlazeTV.com/Pat. If you want to sign up and watch the overtime.
All right.
We're going to have some Christmas cheer.
Do we also have Buddy the Elf
We do.
on the show?
We do have Buddy the Elf on the show. Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna
Looking
be
forward
fun.
to it. It'll be fun.
You going to give him some
He's
Kexi
been in
cookies to
town.
take with him back to the North Pole?
Sure. Yeah. You can take the polar bear
Wow.
cookie back.
Well,
Jeffy really liked it, right?
I did. If there's another one in there, he cannot have that, by the way.
There is another one.
Yeah,
at least.
no, sorry, we're all out.
But if you missed it, our Christmas box is out now. If you want it, if you're interested in it, you got to go and act quickly because these go really, really fast. You might want to save the box. It's a real keeper.
Yeah,
I mean,
box
it's beautiful.
is beautiful.
I'm pretty proud of that. I had nothing to do with it.
The box, the
design
Christmas cards, all of it's really cool.
Really cool. Kexi.com.
And the cookies are darn good eating.
Yeah. You like the polar bear, right?
I do, as a matter of fact. Yeah,
really good.
I do.
The Boston cream pie is in there as well. It's the only way you can get the Boston cream cookie right now is through the Christmas box.
Jeffy, we don't want to see you later in Glenn's office trying to eat the polar bear that he has. It's
Yeah,
not
different thing.
It's a different
thing.
Pour caramel on that thing. That's mine.
Have a great weekend. Back on Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.